Yo, how is it going, Bears fans? Welcome back to another episode of the Bear Down podcast. Today we are going to be previewing the game of the Seattle Seahawks at the Chicago Bears on Monday Night Football in Week 2 of the 2018 NFL season. Tonight, I am joined by my wonderful co-hosts, Parth and Jaylen right here. I'm Chris, if you don't know. Welcome to the channel. I would like to say, we were supposed to have a special guest on this episode. I'm not going to reveal who that was. We'll have him on next week, and I think something I want to do going forward that I haven't talked to you guys about yet either is I want to have a guest on for our pregame show every week. We have a guest on for the Meet the Opponents every week, the Inside Enemy Territory, and it'd be nice to have just someone different who knows a lot about the Bears on every week. So we're going to try to do that on the pregame show every week. You guys will be seeing this episode on Sunday, which is different. Normally you'll be seeing it on Saturday, but we're recording on Saturday because the Bears play on Monday night, so everything kind of gets pushed a day back when the Bears play later. But let's just hop right into it. You're going to get our predictions at the end of this episode, but we're just going to run through some things quickly. This should be a pretty short episode, but I know most of you here who are actually watching are here for our predictions. So we got 4 segments on this. We've got 4 segments. First one being the most important matchup. Now, obviously, I did my episode of 3 key matchups early in the week on my own. These guys weren't here for that. But we're all going to name one really important matchup that we think could determine the game at the end of the day. We've got deciding factors. We're going to name one deciding factor on offense and one deciding factor on defense that could determine if the Bears win, or I guess just no. Not offense and defense. I said that wrong. We're going to do one factor that could help the Bears win, just like a deciding factor that could tip the scales to a Bears win, and one factor that could tip to a Bears lose, where if this, whatever happens, doesn't go well, it could lead to a Bears loss. We've got step on right up, which is going to be one player on offense and defense who needs to step up if the Bears want a chance to win this game against Seattle. And then at the end of the show, we've got our predictions. So we're going to hop right into it with the most important matchup segment. Parth, who is the most important matchup for you in this game?
The wide receivers against this secondary. I feel like if the wide receivers can create separation
This is
and
the wide receivers of the Bears?
Huh?
This is the wide receivers of the Bears, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
If they can create some separation, create some movement, make it easier for the QB, the running back, even the O-line, just get a good edge on them, so then help almost everything.
Jaylen, who you got? Who's your most important matchup in this game?
I'm going to go with Mitchell Trubisky versus the defense. It came out, it was reported that a lot of the key pieces of the Seahawks defense are out, like Bobby Wagner, KJ Wright, and some other people. So this should be a easy win because their defense is very depleted if it wasn't already. So I feel like Mitchell should have a good game.
Yeah, I'm going to go with one that I already said earlier in my show this week. I was going to try to pick something different, and I was going to do something on offense, but these two guys already took some offensive ones. So I'm going to go Khalil Mack and Jermaine Ifedi. I think that is his name, how I pronounce it. As I said earlier this week, if you haven't checked out that episode of 3 Key Matchups, you can go watch that. That's in our playlists, and I'll put a link to that in the description. But Ifedi is an offensive lineman for the Seahawks who did not play well at all last week, did not do well at all against Von Miller. And when you think about Von Miller and you think about Khalil Mack, they really go hand in hand. I think they're both really dominant. So expect a big game from Khalil Mack. And I don't want to drop any hints or anything, but later on Step On Up, I'm going to pick another defensive player that needs to step up because I feel like Mack's going to definitely draw a lot of double teams with the Seahawks, knowing how Ifedi is struggling. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I think those are all pretty key matchups. The only other one I could really think of is my deciding factor, which also could be deemed a matchup. But we're gonna hop into deciding factors now. So this could be like a strategy thing. It could be a game plan thing. Something that the Bears need to do to win this game. Something that could tip the scales. Parth, what do you think could tip the scales for the Bears to win this one?
Taking deep shots.
Okay. Yeah.
The offense. Nagy said how creative and everything's going to be. I mean, it was creative in the first half. The second half, we looked lousy. It was just a lot of screen plays, a lot of short passes. I feel like if we take deep shots, and if we complete them, it would be just tipping the scale a lot more.
All right. Yeah. You cut out there, Parth. You cut out. I can't hear you right now. But I'm going to go to my key tip for the Bears for winning this game, and that's going to be shutting down Russell Wilson. He is obviously a threat that is going to be hard to contain, but I think if the Bears put a cap on him, they really have nothing to stand for, the Seahawks do. Their defense is really depleted. They're hurt right now. Their offense doesn't have all the weapons that they have. So I think it's just going to come down to, can we shut down Russell Wilson and keep the Seahawks off the scoreboard? Jaylen, what do you got for a deciding factor for the Bears to win the game?
Stick to the running game. With them not having their best linebacker on their out, I feel like we should run the ball down their mouth. Something that when we were losing in the fourth quarter, something that Nagy went away from. I don't know why when we have a dynamic duo in Jordan Howard and Jerry Cohen, but I just feel like we should stick to our running game because, especially if Mitchell is struggling, I hope he doesn't struggle. We can go to what our team or what our offense was based off last year, which is our running game.
Okay. Now we're going to go on to one key factor to lose the game. I'm going to start this one off. The Bears need to stretch the field in this game. Parth said they got to take some deep shots. I wouldn't say take deep shots, but just vertically extend the field this game. I was sick and tired, as I said in my postgame show, of last week the Bears doing 5-yard checkdowns and screen passes the whole game that didn't get them anywhere. That might have chewed the clock, but it ended up chewing the clock in our disadvantages. We ran out of time at the end of the game we didn't really run out of time, but we would have had more offensive possessions to score if we had stretched the field vertically. We would have had the ball longer. So I'm going to go stretch the field vertically, and if the Bears don't do that, I think they're going to end up losing this one. Either of you want to take over?
No.
You got no factors that could. You got no factors where the Bears could lose the game.
I don't think they're losing this game.
All right, you might not think that, but tell me something that.
Okay, I'll do it. If
I know it's hard to be negative, especially after last week.
Oh my God.
Okay, I got it.
If our offense, didn't you say if our offense struggles, we can lose. I don't think we're losing, but if our offense struggles, we might lose.
Okay.
I'd say our defense big plays. I mean, yes, they were good defense, but like there were some points when we watched against the Packers how like they gave up a ton of big plays, and if we keep giving up big plays on defense, it could lead to a tougher task for the offense.
Okay. Yeah, that was hard. I came prepared. I can tell you guys didn't. It's hard to be negative on our own team, man. All right. Third segment. This is moving kind of quickly, but it's okay. Normally we'll have a fourth guest, but this is called Step Right On Up. Basically, there's going to be one player on offense that needs to step up or play well, one player on defense that needs to step up and play well for the Bears to be able to win this game. We're going to start just on offense, so don't say defensive player, guys. I'm going to go with Trey Burton. Trey Burton was targeted a lot last week, and I don't think he was really, I wouldn't say he wasn't up to the task, but he had some drops, and there were also some times when Trubisky missed him when he was open. So I think if he can get incorporated and have a big game and step on up, then I think that'll definitely increase the Bears' chance of winning. When you think of it, Nagy said that he was going to try to use Trey Burton kind of like a Travis Kelce with the Chiefs system. So when you think about how many catches Travis Kelce gets, even with the good receivers around him, Travis Kelce is still productive on a game-to-game basis. So I think Trey Burton is definitely someone that could step right on up in this game on offense.
Can I go first?
Yeah, you got it.
A person I think that should step up on offense is Taylor Gabriel. He wasn't really targeted, and when he did get targeted, it was on little like gift and dash plays that were losing yards. So I feel like if he gets targeted more, him and Allen Robinson pretty much, then I feel like we can have a good game passing plays.
Parth, you got it.
I'm going to go with the offensive line. You know, to me, a little sluggish. Green Bay was creating a lot of pressure on Trubisky, which was leading to these quick screens on the outside. I feel like if they can buy him some more time as a young quarterback, which he needs, he can throw that ball vertical. You know, maybe get more.
Yeah, and I'm sorry for you guys who are listening. Parth's audio is kind of cracking out, but he did say the offensive line, and he also did say that Trubisky needed to be able to plant his feet and able to throw. I do like Trubisky's ability to extend plays, but he even acknowledged that if he was able to set his feet and if he didn't get all happy with his feet, that he'd be able to make some better throws. So if the offensive line can help protect him, I think that's very important. Now we're going to head over to the defense. We're going to go in reverse order of what we went last time. Parth, who is someone on the defense who you think needs to step up?
Kyle Fuller.
Kyle Fuller.
Big yikes for me. $14 million for
A drop ball that hit him in the numbers.
to win the game on Sunday night at Green Bay.
Yeah.
That's all I can say.
Who you got, Jaylen?
I'm gonna go ahead and steal yours. I'm pretty sure this is who you're gonna pick. I'm gonna go with Leonard Floyd because Khalil Mack is gonna get double teamed. Like, I can already feel it. But Leonard Floyd, him having a club on his hand, I feel like he's gonna struggle. I feel like he struggled with the first game because he did have a club on his hand and he's not used to it. So I feel like he needs to try to find a way to find a way to get overusing the club so he can get to Russell Wilson. So
no, that was going to be my pick. Floyd was actually I just said it was going to be my pick. It actually wasn't going to be my pick. Floyd would definitely be my number 2, but my number 1's going to be actually Roy Robertson Harris. He had an incredible game last week, and I would say the Packers O-line definitely paid the least amount of attention to him. So I think if he can step up once again and have a good game, and people won't expect him to do as well, or at least the Seahawks won't. I hope the Seahawks won't expect him to do well, because I feel like if he steps up, they're going to have to start paying more attention to him, and it just makes it easier on everyone. On that defensive line with that front 7, it's literally kind of like a who's next mentality. So I think I would say specifically him, but just that entire defense. If people keep making plays, the Seahawks are going to have to keep shifting around, keep moving their double teams around, and they're obviously going to be focused on Mack, and a lot of players are going to be able to get in there and try to at least force some pressure on Russell Wilson. So, Parth, I can't hear you for some reason. I don't know why. But, sorry. We're going to move on to predictions here. I'm going to say it right now. I think it's a unanimous decision, especially after the Seahawks injury report comes out. I'm taking the Bears in this one. I don't know if it'll be handled. I hope it's a pretty handled game. I hope we can put a cap on them. But, yeah, it's just all about the right people stepping up, and I think we'll be able to take this one. I don't think the Seahawks have the weapons to beat us, and I think if the Bears utilize their weapons right, then they're going to take this win. Parth is showing, since you guys can't hear, Bears win 31-17. As you can see, my reflection is on. Yeah, I don't know what's up. We're going to have to fix... I'm sorry about the audio issues. We're going to have to fix that for the next episode. Jaylen, who you got?
Yeah, this is going to be easy decision. I'm going to go with the Seahawks. The Bears, that was close. That was close. I'm going to go with the Bears, though. I just feel like we're the better team. Even without the injury report that came up, we were the better team regardless. So I'm gonna agree with Parth prediction on 31-17.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it, guys, for this episode. The game will be going on. I don't know. Do any of you guys know what time it is on Monday night?
7:15.
7:15 Central Time.
Oh my God, that was an amazing catch.
7:15 Central Time on Monday. Once that game is finished, we're going to post our late night post-game show as usual. That's probably not going to be up until like midnight, but that will be up after the game. We're going to try to find a way to start live streaming our post-game shows, because it feels like it'd be much more efficient if we could live stream those rather than record them and stay up later. Saves us sleep, and you guys get to see it as it happens. But yeah, that post-game show will be up. We all picked the Bears, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Next week, we've got the Arizona Cardinals, but look out for our post-game show after this game. And yeah, go Bears. We'll see you in the next episode, guys. Bear down.